Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Well, hello there, Internet. Welcome back to the Intoxicated Podcast. If you are new to this podcast, this is a podcast where I have my friends on, and they choose a booze of their choice for us to drink and have a chat over. If you are not new and you are returning, thanks for coming back. Thanks for listening. Thanks for putting up with this ridiculous, random podcast that I have created. This week we have Amy, my friend Amy, on the podcast, and it is a doozy. She chose beer as her alcohol, but it ended up being actually really, really fun. We talk about so much stuff on this episode. We have a very interesting origin story, which comes out of a very bad breakup that I had. But out of that, I got an awesome friendship with this awesome girl named Amy. One of the main parts of this episode is the fact that she actually had a stalker as a 19-year-old. And it's a very unique, very creepy story, but one that she wanted to share. So it's a little more serious in the middle, but we do pick it up at the end with some fun games of Would You Rather and Would You Push the Button. I had a freaking blast recording this episode. What's interesting about this is that right after I recorded this episode, I told Amy all about this amazing podcast that I listen to called My Favorite Murder, which is two women talking about murder stories, and it's absolutely addicting. Everyone should check it out. My Favorite Murder. I actually convinced her to check it out, and she is now hooked on that podcast. But what's kind of cool is that at the end of our episode, her and I do a kind of really creepy bye, and Karen and Georgia from My Favorite Murder kind of do a similar thing at the end of their shows, and I didn't even really realize that until I listened to the episode back, but I thought that was pretty funny and cool. So Amy, just to let you know, girl, you are the Karen to my Georgia. And she will be back, and we will be doing more podcasts with her. Maybe about the show Riverdale, maybe about something else, who knows. But I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you're following me on all the things. Facebook, Intoxicated Podcast, that's with a capital T, and Intoxicated. Twitter is at @in_toxicated, and Instagram is Intoxicated Podcast. And you should be able to find me on iTunes and Google Play at this point. So if you like this and you love me, you should subscribe and maybe leave me a mediocre review and some comments because, that'd be nice. So yeah, enjoy. Hello. Hi. So I'm here with Amy, and we've already gotten into the beer, and I've already pissed off her cat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's quite a feat. I've never heard Belle hiss at anyone before, but boy, did she hiss at Sarah.
I just picked her up. All I wanted was love. I just want every cat to love me.
You should know better than that by now.
Because Belle's the cutest cat. She does these little chirps like she's a little computer starting up.
Yeah, like you touch her to go, meow.
And honestly, I'm usually not one to force love on a cat. But I did this time, and I just went in for it, and I just wanted to pick her up, and she was like...
Yeah. Honestly, I've only ever heard her hiss once before, and...
That... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When did she hiss before, Amy?
I kind of came at her with a pair of scissors.
So, yeah. So, only twice since you had her, and the second time was with me. And the first time, she was being approached with blades.
Yes.
Well, cheers to that. Ding, ding! So we are drinking Garrison.
Oh, Garrison Irish Red.
Garrison Irish Red.
It's a Halifax beer company. Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, that's what Amy has chosen because Amy is a beer drinker.
Love beer.
And I'm not, but that's okay. We're going to get through this, and I'm going to get through it without vomit.
We believe in you.
Yeah, and
me, I don't know anyone else.
I should just add as well that we just came from brunch.
Oh, God.
So,
oh, God.
It is in the afternoon, and this is a day drinking cast, which I'm all right with, because it's Sunday. Sunday fun day.
I'm just checking to make sure I was right. Garrison is a Halifax company. Yeah.
See?
Local,
the more you know.
Local company.
I just, my thing is with beer is like, I want to be more into it. And anytime, like, I'm buying beer for friends, I always have to go get it. I go into that beer section and I'm just like, what is this?
Yeah. Yeah, it can be a bit complicated. There's a lot of different types. And,
so many different types.
Yeah. Like, you can like one beer but hate another kind. Like, it's very not,
This is good, though. I like this.
Yeah? Yeah.
I actually don't mind this at all.
Generally, reds I find are pretty safe.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're going to start, as we always do, with an origin story. Our friendship origin story. Amy came into my life at a time that was...
tumultuous.
Yeah, to say the least. So we think that it happened actually on the night that I broke up with my ex-boyfriend.
Anyway, spiritually, to me, it happened on the night she broke up with her. I may have met her before then, but that's the night I met Sarah.
But you met the worst Sarah.
Yeah, and I'm still your friend.
I know. So this is the thing, and I'll probably go into detail about this on another podcast, but I discovered that I was being maybe emotionally cheated on. I don't really know the specifics, but I found out something about my ex that night, and I went to a bar to confront him and found him with a girl, and I went full beast mode, saw red, and poured beer in her face. Not threw beer in, poured. So it's one thing to, like, throw a drink in someone's face.
Yeah.
This was like, I took it.
You weren't like Shangela just throwing your drink. You were.
I held it over her and poured it on her.
That's cold.
I know. It's almost worse.
Yeah.
So
like
that's
throwing a drink. That's like a fit of passion, but like pouring a drink, that's
calculated.
That's calculated.
Yeah, and really, I should have been doing it in his face.
Yeah, but you know what? You just found you were cheated on, dude. No one's gonna be thinking rationally in that situation.
Exactly.
I just started dating my boyfriend.
Yeah. And
who was good friends with Sarah.
Yeah, and Amy started dating him and was staying the night that all of this went down, and I actually ended up staying the night at that apartment that night because I was too fucking upset to go. It was just one of those big nights where I was like, I want to be surrounded by friends because I'm scared of what I'm going to do.
It was the night before, and Sarah came in like with talking about messages you found on a cell phone. Yeah.
It was Facebook Messenger, but yeah.
Yeah, Facebook Messenger.
Yeah.
And so we were all like discussing whether or not it was like morally right for you to look that up.
Right.
Then I thought that was like the end. Like after that. So like me and the boyfriend went to bed. And then the next morning I woke up and everyone was just like, Sarah threw a drink in this girl's face. She found out she was cheated on, and then we went to the bar, and she threw a drink in this girl's face. And I'm like, I fucking slept through that?
God damn, it's like kind of juicy, right?
Yeah, like kind of, yeah.
It is, but like looking. I mean, obviously, it was one of the worst nights of my life back then. At that time,
Sarah, I was terrified of you for like months. Like I was like, that's Sarah. She threw a drink in a girl's face.
I could be next.
Now I only now found out you poured it. Like a cold-hearted bitch.
Yeah, cold-hearted bitch. Do you think that's worse than throwing?
I do. Just because, for me, if I got, like, a drink thrown at me, it would just be, like that splash and that's it. But to be poured, I don't know, for some reason I feel like that would take longer.
And I also feel like beer in your hair is probably
much
way
worse than
worse.
beard on your face. Beer on your face.
Yeah, no, that's actually a very good point.
Also, I can just, like, imagine, like, when you, like, throw a drink at someone, like, it's just, like, a second when you pour a drink on someone. And I'm also imagining you making, like, hardcore eye contact the entire time.
I'm pretty sure. I don't really remember, but
okay.
Yeah. And all I remember, too, is, like, I remember doing that and then turning around and seeing the bouncers coming for me and just being like, I'm good, I'll see myself out. Yeah. I'm good.
So the next morning, it's just like, I was told this whole story and like, I slept through that.
And that's how we met.
And that's how we met.
That's how we met, essentially.
Pretty much.
But then we started kind of gradually hanging out.
Yeah, then I got over my Sarah phobia.
Because I would say at that time, like, Carrie, our friend Carrie.
Yeah.
I was also probably on the same level of closeness, I think, as with her as I was with you, where it was, these were girls that I had seen at parties.
And Emily.
Yeah, same thing. Like, girls I'd seen at parties through the same friend group. We all decided to have a girls' night one night.
Yeah, I think it was because all of the guys, like, because we were, like, the 4 girls in a group of, like, 20 guys.
A bunch of dudes, yeah.
Yeah. So we just decided, like, hey, we always, like, we should be better friends. We're the only, like, girls in this group that's, like, all dicks. And we should be closer.
Exactly. So we decided to have a girls' night. And this is, like, actually an iconic evening. There's
down in history.
There's photos of it on Facebook. They're fucking fantastic.
Oh.
Of all of us we set up the self-timer. We got very intoxicated.
Oh my gosh.
That's the name of my podcast.
Self-plug.
Oh, intoxicated.
You plugged yourself right into yourself.
Did. It's weird.
Yeah.
But, we decided that we would because at the time you were dating Brent, I think all of you had guys on the go. And of course I did not. So
oh yeah, this was during the recovery period.
Yes, I was newly single. So we decided, I think at first it was like a serious thing, like let's make you an online dating profile.
And then it got weird.
So we were drunk, so we decided that we would make it a very trolly profile and make it like overtly sexual, just to see what kind of people we could get.
But like, I wouldn't even call it overtly sexual. I would call it aggressively sexual.
Mm-hmm.
I would call it offensively, aggressively sexual.
And we actually used, I think, my real picture.
Wasn't not the best idea.
No. But we made like a kind of like a joke profile with my real picture, and we would say things like,
I don't know if you have like an image of you up on this podcast, but Sarah's very pretty.
Oh, well, thanks.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. But like she's very pretty. So like, and she had this like crazy sexual like profile.
Yeah.
So it's like she got a lot of responses.
But here's the thing: it was sexual. However, like not like a bot.
Yeah.
Because the things we said in there were very weird. Like it said hobbies,
music, and slamming dick.
I think it was cock slamming.
Cock slamming.
Cock slamming.
Which I'm still not sure what that is.
I don't know.
It sounds violent.
Violently sexual.
Yeah.
But
violently, aggressively sexual.
And I just remember we hit publish, and it was like, like bunch of messages.
Dick pics as far as the eye could see.
And so like that's how you get dick pics. If you're just in a mood of, I just want to see some dicks, that's what you got to do. Is just make a profile with if not the picture of yourself, just a very hot girl. Because I think even if a hot girl has a regular profile, they're gonna get inundated with messages. But this was like the types of messages I was getting were dick pics and just like straight up like ridiculousness. Yeah. So we spent that night just laughing.
Well, when I had a Plenty of Fish profile, my picture was me dressed up as Batgirl, and I got like, it was like a completely normal profile. I just put up my Halloween picture, and I still got some crazy shit.
Yeah.
But then I guess you don't put up a picture of yourself as Batgirl and
nerdy
and expect to be respected. Like,
Batgirl's awesome.
She is. Yeah.
I mean, it's more of a conservative costume.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, it was a really conservative costume, yeah.
Yeah, isn't it just like Batman, but girl?
No, that's Batwoman.
Oh, okay. I need to learn this shit.
And it's like, I guess it depends on what Batgirl you're going as. Like, are you going as Cassandra Cain's Batgirl is really conservative.
Okay.
There's like been like
different versions of her.
3, maybe 4 Batgirls. Well, there's one that's kind of like, she was Batgirl for like 2 weeks.
Can I go as the Alicia Silverstone?
Yeah, she was Barbara Gordon, but
okay.
Barbara Gordon has red hair.
Oh. Well. Maybe I should do Batgirl as my next cosplay thingy.
Good.
But dudes with, I mean, if you dress up in any nerdy costume, it's But that's the thing, and we talked about this at brunch. If you're attractive and you're female and you're nerdy, you're gonna get all the dick. Like, you can't deny this.
Sometimes I'm like, no, that's too much dick. Please put it away. I couldn't possibly.
Just every day you're faced with so many choices.
It's like, oh god, you're like this plethora of dick.
I guess I'll just stick with my boyfriend.
Yeah, you know what? I got a pretty solid dick at home.
That's right.
I got a pretty solid loving dick.
You
and
do?
like, it's like I don't need this.
Oh, what's that like?
But yeah, no, you got a lot of dick pics that day, my friend.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I have Wonder Woman in my back pocket, so I mean, you know, I can always. The thing is on my OK Cupid profile right now, I definitely have like some other pictures of me, just normal, but I have Wonder Woman and I have the hot dog costume. And do you know what's really weird?
That your, like, mate for front picture on Tinder or something?
No, it's not my front one, but it's one of the ones that I have.
I was playing around on like Mike's one, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Sarah's on here. Her front picture is the hot dog one." I'm like,
oh, okay, I did not know that. That probably explains why I get so many messages from guys being like, they just always mention the hot dog costume.
Yeah,
they love the hot dog costume. Let me tell you, that was the least sexy costume I've ever done.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it gets the most attention in terms of messages.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can see that.
It's a very weird thing. And, you know, when you're trying to be sexy, it's like, meh. When you're not, and you're just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna put this hot dog costume on and just work it. They love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
It really musters up the responses.
I get so many messages about the hot dog, like, ooh, what's the story behind the hot dog costume?
I bought it and I put it on one day.
Do you know, there is more to that story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like episode 2 and I'm already like, my vagina! But anyway, I had,
I'm pretty sure you talked about your vagina the first day I met you.
So this is appropriate then.
Yeah.
You probably know more about it than you care to. I actually, the day before, had a coloscopy.
Okay.
Which is like, they take out a chunk of your cervix.
Okay. Okay.
And they test it for cancer, essentially.
Then hot dog costume.
Well, the thing was, they're like, no, you can't, like you're going to be bleeding or like discharging stuff. This is fucking disgusting. We've already lost about 5 listeners. But you're going to be like, you have to wear.
I'm learning. This is interesting.
Yeah, you have to wear one of those pads that are like essentially a diaper. Like not those thin panty liners, but like those thick pads that go from like your back to your stomach. They're like huge. So I had to wear one of those, and it was Halloween, and I was like, I just want to be
a sexy hot dog.
And I was like, well, you know, like, I can't really wear, like, I didn't feel sexy, all right, after experiencing that. So I decided to just go with something totally ridiculous and totally off base, and I went with the hot dog thing. And that's the story behind the hot dog costume.
Okay.
So when guys message me online, they're like, what's the story behind it? I can't really tell them.
But I think it's also just, like, guys like a girl with a sense of humor, and that hot dog costume is funny as shit.
I love it. I still have it in my closet.
Yeah.
I keep all my costumes. Like, even my gumball machine one, I've kept. Obviously, Wonder Woman will never go away.
No, that's your signature.
Hell yeah. But yeah.
It turned you into a meme.
It did. It's my claim to fame.
After this podcast.
Be like,
of course.
I was batshit stupid and decided to stand on a mountain of snow.
Basically, 1 year Halifax got fucked by winter.
Last winter, right?
No, it was the one before that. Last winter wasn't that bad.
Was it? I thought that it was
it was like
2015. Wasn't it?
No, it was 2014.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like the winter before. Anyways, Halifax got like bent over and fucked by Old Man Winter. And we basically had what was the wall.
Snow from
apocalypse. Game of Thrones.
Yes, we did. Yes.
And Sarah climbed on top of it wearing a Wonder Woman costume.
Yeah.
And did her hero pose.
Yeah, and I did it again this year.
Nice.
And honestly, like, this year was worse because this year it was
so much snow.
And this year I took the picture during the snowstorm.
Oh, God.
So, like, I went up there and there was blowing snow in my face. With the other one, I feel like we had enough time that I could do a couple of different shots.
Yeah.
This one was like, fuck no. This is it. I'm done. One shot. I think there was like maybe 3 pictures in total.
Yeah.
And one of them was okay. But it was a shitstorm. But anyway, yeah, that's what I do. Just living my best life over here. But yeah, so Amy is in a long-term... How long have you been with Brent?
It was 5 years this December.
5!
A long-ass time.
Yeah, so... But before that, You had a couple boyfriends.
Yeah.
When did you, like, officially start dating? Or, like, when was your first boyfriend?
My first boyfriend...
Don't be one of those girls who's like, when I was 5, I had my first boyfriend.
No, my first official big girl boyfriend was when I was 15. Or my first year of high school, I think.
Okay, that's still pretty young.
Yeah.
I guess I was 17 going on 18.
Well, it was, like, barely a boyfriend.
Right.
Like, I mean, we maybe kissed once, and I did not like him.
No?
But I felt too bad to break up with him. So I just kind of went on for, like, 6 months. That sounds mean. He was very boring. One of his go-to topics of conversation is how his bowling score basically makes a perfect parabola if you were to graph it out. Like, I'm just saying that I am not a bad person for breaking up with him.
I feel like at that age, you date people.
You date
just to date someone.
Yeah.
Like, just to have that, like, status, like, I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, like, I'm cool. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah. But honestly, like, I was a late bloomer. Like, I didn't get involved with anyone until I was, like I said, 17 going on 18.
Well, after me and him broke up, I didn't have my next boyfriend until I was, like, in my second year of university, so...
Right. Okay, that's, like, more long-term.
Yeah.
But you had an experience.
Yeah.
A unique one, I would say.
I guess, yeah.
That's the right word. Maybe not as unique as I would think. I guess you're just the only one I know personally who's gone through something like this.
And I want to point out, this is, like...
A long time ago.
A long time ago, absolutely. Yeah. And not nearly as bad as whatever a lot of other people have gone through. Men and women. Like, this is an experience that happened to me that affected my life and wasn't good. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm comparing it to anything else. Like,
hell no.
But,
hell no.
Yeah, when I was about between the ages of 17 and 19, I had a stalker.
So how did that happen? Were you dating him?
No, God, no. It was this guy in my high school who was very socially awkward, would be the best word to describe it. He was very quiet, shy, didn't have many friends, and one of my best friends in high school was kind of a crazy bitch. Like,
are you still friends with her?
A little bit, kinda. Yeah,
okay.
She just was really mean.
Yeah.
And she would, she once told me that she hunted out weakness.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like, found people's weaknesses and kind of used...
No, found people she thought were weak and just wanted to, like, bully them.
Oof.
Yeah.
I would never pin you as someone to hang out with a bully.
I did not have much choice in friends in high school.
Right. And
she was also funny, like, and it wasn't like, she also was going through her own shit. So it's, Anyway, so she would, like, bully this guy, and I would try to, like, she would just, like, be like, I don't know, being weird or mean to this guy, and I would just be like, hey, quit being a fucking bitch.
Right.
You're doing okay.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was trying to be a decent human being, but I think he took that the wrong way.
He took that as in, you're in love with him?
I don't know.
Or he thought that there might have been something there?
Yeah, I was just trying to help out a guy who I knew was socially awkward, and I think he saw something a lot more than that. Then, that was in high school, and then he, like, you know, I always kind of got the feeling he sort of liked me throughout high school, but he was always, like, really shy and awkward, so he never really did anything? I don't know. But then I moved away for, like, university.
Okay.
And then when I came back on my first year, so I was about, like, 18, 19 or so, I moved back into Halifax, and that's when he started, like, messaging me, and, like, it started to get really weird. I'm just trying to
was it like, what kind of messages was he sending you?
Well, at first it was just like, hey, you want to hang out? And I'm like, okay, yeah. Like, this guy I hung out with, or I knew in high school, so I, like, agreed to hang out, and it was, like, really awkward and weird. Like, he never really talked, and, like...
Right.
It was just, like...
You want to be nice, but you don't...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, then, after that, he, like, started, like, asking me out, and I kind of had another boyfriend, so I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't, like, I'm not interested. And then he goes, okay, well, if you ever do break up, just know I'm here waiting in the rafters.
Oh, my Lord.
And it's like, okay. Then me and that guy broke up. He just kept, like, asking me out. And at one point, I was like, it's not cool that you keep doing this. I told you I don't want to date you. Please stop asking me out.
Yes.
Like, I just want to be completely clear. At no point did I ever do anything to lead this guy on.
Yeah. Like, you're saying straight up,
I don't want to go out with you, and I think it's creepy that you keep asking me out.
Yeah.
Like, I did.
And you were very blunt with him.
Yeah, well, you know me. I'm super blunt. Like,
yeah, you are. But this was mostly over, was it like
Facebook.
Facebook, okay. So, like, text.
Yeah, then I, like, unfriended him on Facebook because he just wasn't getting the message.
As you would. And that's, like, the natural thing that anyone would do is, be, like, block them.
Yeah, well, I didn't block him. I just unfriended him hoping he would get the message. Then he started, like, showing up at my house.
How, like, just knocking on your door?
Yeah, knocking on my door, like, giving me gifts.
Oh my god. What kind of gifts did he give you?
Like, season 1 of The Office. Like, just, like, weird, like, stuff that I liked, that I mentioned, like, offhand that I like, and he'd just, like, give me these gifts.
So part of you was like, this is super freaking creepy, but I also would like
season 1 I've never, like, I think I threw it out. Like, I just, like, eventually, after it got past the point, I don't have it anymore, that's for sure.
Yeah,
I think I might have given it away to someone, maybe?
That's so creepy.
So it started just, like, showing up at my house and, like, where I worked and, like, still sending me messages on Facebook. Like I said, I didn't block him.
Right.
I just didn't think to.
Yeah.
But I didn't block him. Then I started, like, I went to school out of province for a year or two. Then I, like, moved back to Halifax and started going to one of our local universities, which he also went to.
Great.
And that's when it got really weird.
Right.
Because he was in, like, computer science, and I was in psychology. So he would wait outside my classes for me to show up, and they were in completely separate parts of the... you didn't go to where I went, but... Probably want to bleep that out.
Oh, yeah.
The school. Yeah. Just bleep out the school.
Yeah. Some Halifax University.
Yes.
One of the many.
So he would show up at my classes before I would get there or, like, after I'd get out. And it got to, like, and I'd, like, as I went through the school to get to my next class, I know that, like, if I saw him one day, I'd have to change course because I knew he would be there the next day. Like, like, if I saw him on a Tuesday, like, on one route, I know I'd have to, like, switch up my course to get to that class because, like, he would be there that next Tuesday.
No, he, like...
At that time.
So how did he initially figure out when your classes were? Is that just something that you can easily figure out? By,
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
That's so creepy.
Yeah, I think he'd just, like, see me at school and just...
He just put it in his head, like, she has class... at this time on this day, and this is where she'll be.
I'm honestly pretty sure he had some kind of, like, personality disorder or something.
Probably 100%.
Like, yeah, really smart guy, so it's probably easier to remember that kind of stuff. Like, I wouldn't be able to do that, but also I never been capable of stalking anyone, so, like, I don't know the mental energy that goes into that.
Dear Lord.
Yeah, so that was about, like, several months of that.
Jesus.
Then things kind of came to a bit of a head. Yeah, there were several months of just kind of, like, going through all of the university, just finding out multiple routes to different classes.
Dear God.
So I could avoid this guy. Then I guess it kind of came to a head when okay, so it was my friend's going away party. He was moving to Vancouver to go to makeup school. And we went to Reflections, the local bar, local gay bar at our place. And this guy was, like, first of all, so super awkward, would never go to Reflections on his own.
Probably any bar.
Any bar on his own.
Let alone the gay bar.
Yeah. So, once again, I did not have this guy on Facebook, but I guess we had mutual friends, which we did have mutual friends.
Yeah.
And I guess he found out through... one of our mutual friends was able to view the invite, which I guess was like a public invite.
Like an event.
I was going to that.
Mm-hmm.
then at this point, I had another boyfriend. So we were, like, waiting in line to get in, and we saw him outside the place, trying to get in, but he couldn't, because I guess he didn't have a second thing of ID or something.
Right.
And that freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, like, how could you even go about your night knowing? Like,
it took me a while. Like,
Jesus.
I got in, he couldn't get in, because, like, he didn't have the second piece of ID, which is required, because I guess there was, like, an issue with underage people getting in or something.
Yeah, and I think, because at that time, back then is when they started requesting more pieces of ID at bars. Like, you'd have to have, like, 2 or 3 pieces of ID.
Yeah. So, I got in. It took me, like, about probably an hour or so to, like, actually calm down and start to enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Then my friend... actually, this is the same girl who made fun of her, or made fun of him in high school. We're still friends by then.
The crazy bitch?
Yeah. She goes, he's here. Or, well, I just see her, like, face, like, kind of, like, go, like, just, like, shocked, like, stop drinking or drink, and she goes, he's fucking here, like, and I turn around, and there he is.
Oh my god.
So...
Was he alone?
Yeah. So he either... We tried to figure out what happened. He either took the bus from, like, where Reflections used to be, to, his Spryfield. Jesus. Which was, like, would be, like, a 2-hour bus ride? Like,
that's a long bus ride.
Yeah, or he waited for the bouncer to change and tried
to get back in.
Yeah.
Somehow. That is crazy.
Yeah. So I left immediately. Like, he sat down at our table and, like, started trying to talk to us. And I just, like, I go, why are you here? Yeah. And he just, like, smiled and shrugged. I remember that. And then I left. I gotta say, at this point, I unfriended this guy on Facebook. I told him I did not like him.
Yeah. This is, like, totally wrong.
This is not okay.
No.
So I went home. I found out later that my friend who was going away, I'll say his name, although you might want to bleep that out. The thing I said before might be too.
Yeah.
But apparently he went up to him and told him that if he ever bugged me again, he'd go to the police. Which is more than my boyfriend at the time did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did your boyfriend, like, did you tell your boyfriend about all this? Like,
well, like, when we got inside, I kind of told him. I didn't, like, want to talk about it at the time.
Yeah.
I just, like,
you just wanted it to be done and over with.
Yeah.
Stop.
So, that was, like, in July, I think. So it was pretty much summer.
Right.
At that point. So there was no more school. Like, I didn't really have to worry about him...
Standing outside your class.
Standing outside my class.
Jesus.
Then I was out, I don't know, doing something. When my neighbors told us that some guy was looking in our windows.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like standing outside your house.
Like, just kind of, I guess, looking into the kitchen door window and then, like, just checking out the other windows. Apparently my neighbor, who's this feisty little Cape Bretoner, followed him down the street to make sure he actually left.
Really?
Yeah, she told us, because she thought the whole thing was sketchy as hell.
That is terrifying.
That's when I talked to my uncle, who's a retired cop, and he's like, you need to tell the police.
Yeah.
So I did. I called the police. They came, and I want to point out something here. I wound up, in total, having to call the police on this guy twice. And I just want to say, when I did, I don't know what I was expecting. I think I was expecting to be kind of, like, shamed, I guess. It was like the police that came, it was like one man and one woman both times, which I appreciate they sent a woman.
Yeah.
They listened to my story. They were really, like, really considerate. I don't
nice.
think that's the right word. Like, I was worried I might get blamed, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
So I told them that, and I just remember the male police officer, I said, I did not lead him on, and the male police officer just looked at me and goes, even if you did, what he did isn't right.
Exactly.
And I just want to say, I was really impressed.
That's good.
With how they dealt with this issue.
That's really, really good.
Because, like, that is absolutely what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, it's like, regardless of anything, this is him being a psycho.
Yeah.
like, and doing something that is completely not right.
Yeah.
Because I think we've all had guys who message you profusely, but, like, standing outside your house,
looking in my windows when we're not there,
and physically following you,
Yeah.
that's goddamn terrifying.
It is. There's a bit more. So, I guess they, like, called him and told him to stay away from me.
Yeah.
The police did. Then, like, 2 weeks later, I guess. Might not be 2 weeks, I picked the date. I was watering my neighbor's plants. They hired me to water their plants when they were on vacation. I was watering their lawn, which was across the street from my house.
Mm-hmm.
Or watering their plants, which was across the street from my house. I went home, and, like, this was, like, a weekend. I don't know why, but, like, I habitually check my mailbox. And in it, I found a note and, like, a cashier check. Well, I found a note that was just it was written on, like, a Walmart receipt.
What?
I remember that. It was written on a Walmart receipt, and it was just kind of like these rambling, just like this rambling nonsense. I think he thought I was going to send him to jail or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what the cops said to him. But, he asked me to, hopefully I'll let him finish school. Or, he wanted to go to his cousin's wedding. I remember those two things specifically because I think he thought I was going to send him to jail.
He got scared from when the cops called him.
I think so.
And got really scared that you were going to, pursue it.
I think. I just wanted it to be finished. I understand he had, issues. And he wasn't, ever violent or anything, but I just wanted...
Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And then, so with that, there was that note, and then a check for $3,000.
So what did you do
in my mailbox.
What did you do with it?
I gave it to the cops.
Yeah.
They were like, this is, this could be yours. You could keep this.
Yeah.
And I just go, I don't want him to know I accepted any of his gifts.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Give it back to him.
Yeah. Just tell him to leave me the heck alone.
Yeah. This guy lived in a trailer park. His family was not
well off.
That's
a lot of money.
And this is $3,000. And I don't know why he left that to me. I think he thought I didn't want to work anymore.
Well, that's really weird.
Yeah.
That's I would have taken that as don't talk to the cops anymore. Here's $3,000 to be quiet about it.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think that was it. I'm pretty sure he gave that to me because I was complaining about, when I did talk to him, I complained about work. Because I was just looking for a conversation. So I'm like, yeah, man, work sucks. Wish I didn't have to go.
Okay, so he took that.
So he gave me money for, a semester.
Just like he used to give you gifts that were, little things that you liked.
Yeah.
So he was obviously picking up on things that you were saying to him.
Yeah.
And using that.
Yeah, I'm gonna finish up fresh.
Yeah, we need more. We need more drinks.
Here, I'll get you another one. There you go.
Yay!
I'm honestly impressed. I haven't cried yet.
You're fucking rocking it, man.
Yeah.
That's a creepy story.
Yeah, it's...
Do you have a bottle thingy? Oh, is it twist off?
Yeah, twist off.
We're pouring another drink.
Alright, where were we?
So we were at the Chuck. So Amy just said that she's happy. She's gotten through this without crying. And I want to give mad props to you telling this very personal and kind of not even kind of. It's scary.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a scary story. But I think it's also important, for you to share it in case anyone has gone through something similar or...
can pick up the warning sign.
Exactly.
Honestly, that's kind of why I want to talk about it, just so people can just understand, when there's a guy that does not listen to you, that's not okay.
Yeah. It's not. Yeah. And it can go bad real quick. And you might not really realize it. You might just think, oh, he's just someone who likes me, whatever.
Yeah, he would send me messages how do you know you don't like me? You don't know me.
It's this is not an argument.
No,
you cannot argue for someone's attention.
You can't debate whether or not I like you. That's not something you can do.
Yeah.
That's not okay. You can't try to make me question how I feel about something.
Exactly. So what happened after you gave the check back to the cops?
So, yeah, I saw that. And by the way, when he was there, I was across the street. That's one thing that still freaks me out to this day.
When he was, giving you the note? Or
leaving the note in my mailbox. Like, I was, what happened if I came, if I went back, earlier or, left later? Would I have seen him? That's just God. What freaks me out the most, honestly.
Oh my God, that's so scary.
So, yeah, I called the cops again, and gave them that check, and then the note, and I think I saw him, a couple times outside of my, one class. Maybe he was trying to talk to me again. I don't know, but, right. After that, he left me alone.
Was there ever at any point a restraining order?
I was really considering it.
Right.
They're not called restraining orders here.
Oh, really?
I don't, I learned that when I was researching it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it's called, but it was, something else.
Crazy.
I was definitely considering it, but it was just, I don't know, he was leaving me alone at that point, and it's just, that's not really something I wanted. It was, an emotional, exhaustive process that I did not want to go through at that time.
Hell yeah, I can totally freaking get that.
Basically, we had some mutual friends that I kind of just cut out of my life.
Right.
Since then, just because,
start anew, get away. Don't
new.
Don't
even take the risk that we might be at the same thing.
Jesus. That's, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
To me. I just cannot imagine having your privacy, your host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you...
Oh. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. But I've moved since then, and,
things are great now.
Yeah, things are good now. I don't think I've, like I said, it happened a long time ago. I'm actually able to talk about it without bursting into tears.
Yeah.
So, I've definitely grown a lot since then, but I've learned some lessons. I don't post anything on Facebook, about where I am, or where I work.
Yeah. I mean...
if I'm, posting a picture or talking about, a restaurant I go to, I wait until I get home.
Yeah.
To post
I've noticed that about you. Yeah. You're very careful. And that's 100% understandable. These, obviously, people who have not had an experience like yours, they probably just don't realize that it can turn into what it can turn into. It's so scary, because it's there's this, line of, you like someone and then it becomes an obsession.
Yeah.
It's it reminds...
You just don't get
It's not
that.
all the same, but it reminds me of, that singer who got murdered. Her name is...
Holy shit! Wow, that's a jump!
We took a big jump
I'm
there.
Still alive and well, everyone.
No, Amy did not.
Selena or whatever?
No, her name was Christina Grimmie.
Oh, okay.
So she had, this fan that, was obsessed with her and wanted to have a relationship with her and traveled to see her in concert in Orlando, Florida. And the thing is when you're famous, you tweet out where you are, obviously, because you want to sell tickets. So she was she posted a video that day of her being I'm in Tampa. If you're in this area, come out and see me. And she's not. She was on The Voice. That was her.
Oh, she was. So this is recently.
This was really recent. She was a YouTuber.
Oh, right. I've heard about her.
Yeah, she was a YouTuber who would put out these amazing covers. And then she got discovered, and then she was on The Voice. And I think she came in either third. She did well. She didn't win, but she did really well, and it kind of put her on the map. But she was not famous enough for there to be Beyonce, Lady Gaga style security. And she was doing a meet and greet after the show and was hugging her fans, and this guy walked up to her and she had her arms outreached to hug him, and he shot her in the head.
Jesus Christ.
He was obsessed, and then he killed himself. But it's just absolutely terrifying. You know,
because you can't apply reason to some people.
Oh, no.
Because they're just, some people's brains just work so differently. It's you can't apply reason to them. Thinking oh, why would someone kill a person they love? Well, A, they probably don't love them.
Yeah.
But also, they're just,
delusional.
You can't try to apply reason to someone who doesn't have reason.
Yeah, and it's so delusional, and it's mental illness comes into play.
Oh,
People
God.
with mental illnesses should not have guns.
No.
That's just a thing that should not, that's just my opinion, but...
No, I get that. Like I said, what happened to me wasn't nearly as bad as what has happened to many, many other people.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's definitely, as we pointed out, has shaped how I treat online privacy.
Yeah.
I've even had guys who were hey, you don't have anything on your Facebook about, what you like. All it says is, you liked this show. And I'm like, yeah, that's on purpose.
Yeah.
So guys like you can.
Were you like that, just out of curiosity, were you kind of like that before this situation? Or did it kind of happen after?
It definitely made me think before I post anything. I was always, quiet and awkward. I've always been, a weird person.
Right.
It's definitely affected kind of, how I use Facebook, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff I choose to post online. It's almost, kind of affected, how I view relationships.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I can imagine so.
Yeah. It took a while for me to get over it. I remember, the guy I dated after this incident, immediately after, was also in computer science. And, in my head, I'm like,
uh-oh.
Does this have anything to do with this guy? Did he... Is he paying you? I don't know. Something impossible like that. But, in my head, just because I dealt with something that's so out of the realm of the norm of what people should do.
Yeah, no. And
it's just, is this connected? Did he, are you, friends with this guy and you're trying to get me? That was just kind of,
That would... I don't blame you for that, because you'd be like... If he's capable of doing what he's done, what's he capable of?
Exactly.
If he's finding out all this stuff, with your class schedule, and, what else can he find out about you? Who else can he use in your life? Oh my God, ooh!
Yeah.
Oh, it's so creepy. It's so creepy.
And it's definitely, ladies will ask me, my opinion on guys. Yeah. And, if they go and, and if, the things they tell me about this guy goes in, a certain direction, I'm like, fucking drop him. Don't date him. I now, when it comes to friends asking me about guys, I draw very hard lines about specific topics.
Hell yeah.
And it's that maybe I wouldn't have if it didn't
otherwise, happen. Yeah. Wow. Well, we're going to try to lighten it up.
What? No, this was lots of fun. You know what? I'm having a blast.
Let's change it up and think about some other fucked up stuff.
Okay.
That you're not so much personally affected by, hopefully. We're going to play Would You Rather, and we're also going to play Will You Press the Button, which is kind of Would You Rather. I'm just going to find a random one here. One of these is Would you rather give or receive a lap dance?
I mean, either one would be fine.
Amy's can't it be both?
Yeah, I don't know, I give a lap dance and then I get a lap dance in return. Give a lap dance, take a lap dance.
I would 100% rather give one.
Yeah? I mean, I've given a lap dance before, just with...
Okay, whoa!
Not in front of people, but with a boyfriend,
Really?
Yeah?
I did not know that about you.
Well, dude.
I don't think I've ever done that. Unless it was in a joking fashion.
Well, yeah, but it's a, sexy time. They're sitting down, you just fucking...
See, the main reason I would rather...
I'm feeling sexy, they're feeling sexy lap dance time.
What song was it to?
I don't know.
Or was it to any song?
It wasn't to any song. I think it was Mustang Sally. Honestly, now I'm remembering. I'm pretty sure it was to Mustang Sally.
I have a playlist on my iPhone. That's my stripper playlist. Just in case.
Yeah.
There's ever a time that
Raffy. It's just Raffy. Raffy in the intro to Teletubbies.
Eat apples and bananas.
If I'm gonna strip, I'm gonna make everyone else in that room feel uncomfortable.
Yeah. It'd be the least strippery song.
Yeah.
I just
ring, ring. Banana phone. And then I take my top off.
That'd be pretty funny. But the reason I would 100% rather give is because I feel if you're receiving a lap dance, I just wouldn't know how to...
What do I do with my hands?
Do you know how often I say that? People look at me like I have 3 heads, but it is a thing. Like it's the same. Yeah, like or if like I was watching a strip show or something. Like how? Like what do you do? Do you like how do you sit? What do you do?
Yeah,
what's
like I like. Do I look at them? Like that's why I could never be in like a threesome. I'm too awkward.
Yeah,
like, I'd be like, do I make eye contact? Am I making enough eye contact? Like,
what's the game plan? Yeah, I know. I feel like if I was ever in a threesome, it would be like, we need a game plan. Like, how does this work?
Yeah, like, how do I attack this situation?
Attack.
Yeah.
So aggressive.
But yeah, no, I get that. If I was, like, receiving a lap dance, I'd probably, like, have to, like, sit on my hands.
I just wouldn't know what to do with that.
I'd just be like, your top is nice.
So this one is, would you rather have nostrils that look like vaginas or a vagina that looks like a nostril?
Okay, that's, like, is it... That question brings up many questions.
I know, right?
Like, is it just the...
Okay,
Like, is it, like, all of it? Like, the labia? Like, it's just, like, a big, big nostril size hole? Like,
I see it as, like, the labia.
Okay.
Too. That's how I would see it. Because a hole would just look terrifying.
Yeah.
Actually, both would look terrifying. I think I would rather have... Oh my god, this is so weird.
Yeah.
Because my nose is something that more people see, I'd probably rather have the vagina
what I'm thinking
that looks like a nostril.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too, yeah.
You would just have to find someone
like,
that accepts it for what it is.
Yeah, you know what? You have to have one really difficult conversation.
Yeah.
But, like, if they stick with you, man, you
then
know you've got to keep her.
And, like, you could do everything else besides sex.
Yeah.
And then you would just have to be like, hey, heads up.
Yeah. This is getting pretty serious. I want to take you to Bone Town, but...
You need to know something about my vagina. It looks like a nostril.
But, like, okay, number one, how would you find out? Like, you would find out and, like... That would be the most awkward flowering ever.
It's kind of like the herpes talk. Like, if you had herpes and you were dating someone.
Yeah. No, but I mean, like, how would you find out your vagina looks like a nostril?
With these would you rathers, I just assume it's like a genie, and they're like, you have to pick one of these.
Oh, no. See, I'm imagining, like, a young girl growing up with a vagina that looks like a nostril. I guess, like, because, like, a doctor wouldn't tell you. Like, if you had, like, a pap test, like, a doctor wouldn't be like, yo, dog, your vagina totally looks like a nostril. Like, that would be unprofessional. They probably wouldn't say it. You have vagina nostrilitis. Like, that's not...
Like, would the nostril act like a nose?
Like...
Or would it just look like a nostril?
Could you smell through it? Is that what you mean?
Or, like, when you sneeze, would you sneeze out of your vagina? Like, when you have a cold, would you have to blow your vagina? This is the weirdest conversation I've had in a while.
Thank you.
Thank you, I'm flattered.
Yeah. Like, would you accidentally sneeze through your vagina? Or, like, would you be, like, having a girl's night? And, like, you know when you sneeze through your vagina? How weird is that? And everyone's like, what the fuck?
What the heck are you even talking about?
What the shit, Sarah?
Yeah, I think I would definitely go with the nostril vagina.
Yeah.
I think you're dumb if you say otherwise.
Yeah.
What's this one? Would you rather be always slightly overdressed or always slightly underdressed?
I feel like I'm always slightly underdressed anyway.
And I'm always slightly overdressed.
So, yeah. I think
they're the two sides of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I like being overdressed, because that's just what I like.
I like setting expectations. You're not gonna get more than this. Like, I don't wear makeup. It's
one of those things that is so weird, because, like, if you're a chick who generally doesn't wear makeup and is generally looking, like, pretty casual, and then you put on a dress and you put on some, like, lipstick.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, you look so good!
Yeah.
With people like me, who are always kind of done up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I'm pretty casual right now. I'm wearing pants.
Yeah.
And a cardigan.
Oh my god, you're wearing pants!
I know I am.
That's not something that happens
But, like,
often.
I generally, like, I'll have my makeup up if I'm going out. But, like, if people saw me chill without makeup, it would be like, oh my god.
I wish you cared.
Yeah. Like, I think you're in the better, because when you people are going to be used to you on that, like, but if you amp it up, it's like a compliment. If I were to amp it down, it would be a, like,
Man, I had a guy the other day, and I think it's because I generally dress pretty cash.
You're pretty casual.
I've called it aggressively casual before. Like, I just generally wear sweaters and, like, don't wear makeup. Like, that's just me. I had a guy just go up to me, like, out of the blue and go, "Are you a feminist? Or would you say you're a feminist?" Or that's like, it's just specifically to me, and I feel like he was asking that because I don't wear makeup. And I'm like, yes, I would consider myself a feminist.
Do not get me started on that. Do you know what level of feminism I am? Do whatever the fuck you want.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, damn, if you're like good at makeup and it's something that makes you happy, you do it. Like, that is awesome. I wish the talent you have and something that makes you happy, do it.
And it's fun.
Yeah.
And to be completely honest, like, I started wearing it because I look older with it on.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's just, that. I look, even with makeup, I look 19. So, like, me without it, I look very young. And I just generally would rather look my age. So, but also, too, it's just, I just enjoy it. It's a hobby. But, like, people who are just, like, the Alicia Keys thing. So Alicia Keys has come out as saying, like, I'm just done with makeup. I just don't want to wear it. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Like, I feel more beautiful without it.
Yeah.
Good for you, girl. You do you, boo. However, like, there are some girls who feel 10 times better when they have some makeup on. And you know what? That's what I'm all for. You do what you want to do to make yourself feel good about yourself.
The type of person I am, I just, like, I'm do what makes you happy as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else. If you're a woman and you want to wear makeup, great. If you're a guy and you want to wear makeup, great. If you're a woman and you don't want to wear makeup, great. That's me. I obviously I'm not going to judge.
I mean, honestly, like, I'm stoked for Alicia Keys. She's fucking beautiful and talented, and I get the, like, I don't want to have to fit into what society... But then that's also putting another standard on women of, like, you have to not wear makeup to be empowered. And that's not correct either.
And that's
not correct either. Like,
I feel like people get the wrong impression when I start talking about, like, how I feel about personally. I don't wear makeup because I'm lazy. I like how I look with makeup on. I look fucking great. But I also don't think that it's something I should be expected to wear. Like,
not expected at all.
Yeah.
I actually feel like most times I feel like I'm in the minority. Like, of chicks. Like, most of the chicks I hang out with don't wear it. Or they wear very little of it. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
For me, it's just something I like. Yeah. Like, I wish I could have gone back. Like, if I could turn back time, I would probably try to be a makeup artist.
Yeah.
But it's just not, at this point in my life, it's just not something that is feasible for me. So I'm just going to keep doing it for fun. But yeah, it's like, I hear people all the time being like, Alicia Keys, like, good for her. Good for her for being so brave.
But, I mean, like, at this point, it is brave for someone who is in the public eye. For a woman who's in the public eye to not wear makeup, that is brave.
I will say something now, and this is not at all discarding her, but if you have the money for excellent skincare, you probably don't have to wear makeup. Yeah. If you're a chick who's like me, who suffers from fucking hormonal acne and
I also have acne,
and can't afford fancy chemical peels all the time, I'm gonna wear some concealer.
Yeah.
Because that makes me feel better. So
I mean, look at me. I have acne. Like,
I do too. Yeah.
I mean, podcast listeners, fun fact, you cannot look at me. But
actually, me and a friend of mine, she looked at me the other day and she goes, "Oh, we're pimple buddies," because it was like literally the same placement. Because when you're in your late 20s, something changes in your body. Like,
my acne has gotten so much worse lately.
Oh, mine too. And, like, it's always hormonal. It's always in the same area.
Before my period.
Yeah, same. And there's no controlling it.
Yeah.
So
I've been like whether or not when I do strict acne regimens, it doesn't do anything. When I don't do it, same thing. There's no difference.
Really, guys, just being a woman is bullshit. And fuck you men. No, I'm just
I mean, like, generally, like, my opinion is if a guy isn't expected to do it, I'm not going to expect myself to do it on a regular basis. Like, if a guy isn't expected I'm sure someone's going to find fault in that reasoning, but like, a guy is generally not expected to spend hours on their hair. A guy is not expected to put on makeup. A guy could, like, go to my job wearing jeans and a hoodie, and no one's going to question it. So I'm just going to do that. And if anyone calls me out on it, fuck them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing what makes me happy.
That's
and
the thing.
Wearing makeup is what makes you happy. That's
exactly.
fine.
Anyways, it is what it is, but I just think I've always been of the mentality of, if it makes you feel better about yourself, do it up. Because there's nothing sexier than a girl who's into herself. Like, who is rocking it. And that's what I think is beautiful. So, like, you know, if you make me go put on a fancy dress without makeup, I'm not going to feel good.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. Give me a winged eyeliner. I'll rock it. So here's one. Would you rather live in the Harry Potter universe or the Pokemon universe? I feel like you'll say Pokemon.
Yeah. I grew up with Pokemon. Like, that was, like, I came out. I came out? No, that's not right. It came out when I was, like, in grade, like, 2, I think? Well, like, no, maybe, like, grade 4 or 5. I was very young when Pokemon came out, and it got its fucking claws dug into my, like, soul so early.
But you would definitely live in Pokemon.
Yes.
I think,
like, have you ever played the games?
Okay, this came up last night, and I got fucking reamed into.
Oh?
I did really not really. Oh God. Oh, it's going. People are going to judge me for this, but I did not realize that Pokemon was a TV show. I always just thought it was a video game.
Oh, honey.
Oh,
honey, no.
See, this is why I don't get dick, because I don't know these things. But I'm learning. I just think based on what I know of both would be awesome.
What house would you be?
Hugglepuff. Come on.
Hugglepuff?
Did I say that wrong? Is it Hufflepuff?
Sarah!
God damn. Well, I didn't know we were going to be talking about Harry Potter houses.
You should always expect that with me.
Is it Hufflepuff?
It's Hufflepuff.
Okay, I was not that far off. In all fairness, Hugglepuff and Hufflepuff are very similar. But I feel like, what do you think, based on what you know of me? Is that correct?
Yeah, I can see Hufflepuff. Yeah. I could also see... I guess you could also make a argument for Gryffindor and or Slytherin.
But yeah, no, I'd probably do Harry Potter.
You could play like Pokemon Go in real life.
Oh my god. I haven't played that in so long. Alright, so let's try this. Will you press the button?
Right.
So here we are.
We want it to be random. The question is, you can travel to any planet in all of the known universe, but you cannot return to Earth.
I love this so much. Oh my god.
I don't know, my
okay,
things
you know
are
what?
here.
I think that this...
My cat's here, Brent's here. Can I bring them along?
No.
Oh.
See, this is the thing. I think that this depends on age.
Yeah.
Because if I was a little bit older and I was still alone, and I was like, well, I'm just going to be dying alone anyway. Nothing in my life
might as well explore the universe.
Nothing in my life is working out. And fuck it. Fuck this world.
I was thinking if I was younger, I'd be like, yeah. But now I'm like, I have a life here.
You can't return.
I know.
That's the thing.
If I was like 17 and they're like, you can like right out of high school, you can travel wherever you want. You can like go see the universe. I'm like, okay.
Which planet would you go to then?
Well, it's like all of the known universe.
So like travel to any planet. So I guess
in all of the known universe though. So,
right.
like, that doesn't mean we'd be able to go to, like, some planet with, like, cool aliens yet.
And it would be just our planets. But there could be cool aliens on our planets.
Maybe. Would we be able to survive?
I think so. I think that's what it's implying.
That's what it's implying, but it doesn't state it. Like, you can travel... Like, I could travel to Saturn, but I wouldn't be able to, like, go out and, like, hang...
Yeah, I think because I'm generally terrified of space and I would just rather watch movies about it than actually do it. And also because I'm such a fucking people person and my relationships are what make me happy, I would say no.
Okay.
What about you?
Like right now, maybe if I was younger, but right now I've got a
you
life
stuff
here.
You got stuff.
My things are here.
Bella's here.
Bella's here. Bella's here. I can't believe she hissed at you. Like, I cannot stress how docile and chill my cat is.
Man, it's always the people who want love from cats the most that they end up hating.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I'm going to say that we'll both say will not.
Yeah. Oh, 55% of people said they wouldn't.
What do you do if you would press the button? Do you just press
the button? You literally press the button. Sarah, there is a button.
There's a button graphic right over.
There is literally a button.
Oh, and just so you guys know, we're at willyoupressthebutton.com. So, just so you know.
Okay, the next question is, you can cure any illness at will, but every time you cure an illness, you will lose an important part of your memory. Holy fuck! Oh my god, that's a good one. I guess for, like, the betterment of humanity?
Important part of your memory. The thing I hate about these is that I always have follow-up questions. Like, would you be able to choose which part of your memory?
I'm assuming you wouldn't be able to choose.
That's really fucking sad.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm taking a communist view here.
Yeah.
For the betterment of humanity, I think I'd press it.
What illness would you...
Any illness. I assume it would be, like... I would try to cure all of them.
I would probably...
Until I forget that I have this power.
I would probably pick, like, the worst cancer. Like... Yeah. I would do research on, like, which one is the absolute worst.
No, at will. That means you can choose multiple ones.
Oh, my God.
So I think I would just, like, choose all of them, like, keep going and going until I forget that I have this power.
But is it, like, every time you every illness that you cure, you would lose more of your memory. So the more you do, the more memory you lose.
Yeah.
But that said, that gives me the chance to relive my memories. It'd be like a clean slate. So I could have, like, a 51st date situation where I could meet my Adam Sandler and have him, like...
No one ever wants to meet their Adam Sandler.
Speak for yourself, Amy.
I'm sure one day you'll meet...
That should be the preview for this episode. No one wants to meet their Adam Sandler.
Like, come on. Like...
But I just mean, like, if you lost... Like, say you're dating someone... And you cured an illness. And you lost memory of them. Like, you just forgot who Brent was.
Mm-hmm.
He could just, like, woo you over again.
That wasn't really much wooing. It was more of a, like, sensible courtship.
Well, he could sensible courtship you again. But do you know what I mean? Like, you have the chance to relive your life. And that would be kind of exciting.
Yeah.
And also, too, like, the other thing, too, is like, if other people knew that you had this power... They would be, like, fucking, like, you know, trying to get you to cure everything. And you're just like, man, like, I do want some of my memories.
Honestly,
still.
No, I'm like, the way I'm viewing this question is, like, I'm going to just give myself up to, like, the betterment of humanity. I'm going to, like...
Okay.
I'm not, like, I can cure illnesses. I'm...
Yeah, I like this.
It would be unconscionable of me to, like, put my own memory and happiness in front of the lives of, like, so many other people.
So we'd both press it.
Yes.
Press. More
people wouldn't.
So we're in the so it was 51% did not, and 49% would have.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
But it's like a pretty
Oh my god, I love this one.
You'd have to play your lead. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, so this one is, you get to be on the cast of your favorite show, but you have to play your least favorite character.
100% yes!
Oh my god, okay, but now we need to talk about which shows would be involved in this. Which show was, that's a hard one. What's your favorite show right now?
Well, okay, my favorite show right now is probably Game of Thrones, but my favorite show ever... probably The Office.
Okay, and who's, like, your least favorite character on The Office?
They're all so great.
That's the thing, because if you're... I guess you would have to pick your least favorite female character.
Yeah. Angela, I guess, is, like, the obvious choice. God. But
the thing is, like...
But she's still hilarious.
Oh, yeah, she's still amazing. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. This is 100% yes. What's my favorite show right now? Okay, overall, The Leftovers. But the thing is, like, I love everyone on The Leftovers.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so the shows you like, you're like... with your favorite shows, you're never like...
Yeah, I wouldn't give a shit with the idea of, like, oh, I'm playing this bad character. Oh, people are gonna hate my character. Whatever. I get to be on my favorite TV show.
Yeah, and even still, like, the shows, like The Office, I love that show because I love all the characters.
Oh, so good. Okay, we're both pressing it.
Yeah.
If this is like...
Yeah.
Okay, 38% said no. 62%
I'm sorry,
said yes.
It's like a fun question, but it's a bad question because it's like obvious.
It's too easy. It's too easy. Let's do one more. You gain superpowers of your choice, but also get AIDS and die after 2 months.
I'm gonna say no. I would not press... Like, we went from one, which is like... absolutely no question yes to like no thank you. I would not like that, please.
I love that it doesn't just say you would just die after 2 months. It says you will get AIDS. Like, it gives you the...
Wait, sir, what if my superpower is fighting AIDS? Yeah. Huh. Tripped you on your own question, asshole.
Oh my god. No.
Okay, you said one more, but can we keep doing this? This is fun.
This is really fun.
That beer
31% said yes this button.
I can't. Well, that's about the same. Maybe it's the same people who said no to the TV show. Said yes to this one.
Losers.
I don't want to be on my favorite TV show, and also I want to die of AIDS. Man, I've had like 3 beers.
I know, I'm feeling good, man.
I've had 3 beers in like an hour and a half.
And I think the key to me drinking beer is for me to do it in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I feel lovely right now.
Is this still it's still recording?
Yeah, we're still recording.
Okay. Like, am I supposed to be hammered for this? Or?
That's never what I really intended with this podcast, but it seems to be what has generally happened.
Okay. Because I'm like, I've had 3 beers in, I've already been talking about feminism. I'm like half, like, fuck yeah, man.
I know, how did we get into feminism? That was just, I don't know.
Honestly, though.
Oh my god.
Well, you press the button, you create a very successful Let's Play channel and make a living off of it. But you can only play horror games and you suck at them. We should text Jessie this.
I know, I was just thinking of Jessie.
We have a friend who's starting their own Let's Play channel. Should we?
Yeah, 100%.
It's called Tarvold's Quest, and I don't know how to spell it.
Can I just say that I don't know how to say it, so thank you for saying it. Because every time I go to say it, I say Travloids. I know. Again,
it's like Tarvould?
Tarvold's Quest.
I'm on a couple of episodes.
Yeah, and I hope to be on them at some point once Jessie lets me.
Have you listened to any of them?
Yeah, I have. I don't really understand the games, but I listen to it for the comedy.
Yeah, our friends are very funny people.
Tarvold's Quest on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter. Look them up, because Jessie does a pretty awesome job at these. But anyways, this is the would you press the button part of it. You create a very successful Let's Play channel and make a living off it, but you only play horror games and you suck at them. That would be the only way that I would ever do a Let's Play, because I
just
would
being
suck
like
at them
adorably bad at video games and just being like,
what button do I press?
Oh my god, I don't know. I'm just a girl.
I'm just a girl. So yeah, I would say yes, because you'd be making a living off it.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'd rather make a living off something I love doing, even though I'm bad at it.
And you could still be good at other stuff and do it on the side. This would just be like your main source of income, right?
Yeah, fuck
so
yeah.
Yes, we're pressing the button on that.
It's like a full-time job. Yeah. End of question.
Yeah, 63% said yes. 37% are dumb.
I feel like I'm yelling a lot into
I know.
This mic.
It's fine. Well,
hello.
We can just whisper from now on. I'll be like, ASMR. Let's do one more, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay. You get to watch all of your favorite TV shows, including current seasons on Netflix, but 2 episodes are always missing from every season. Oh my god, that's so real!
That's like when you do a puzzle and you're missing like 2 pieces.
Oh, that hurts so much!
Yeah.
Like when you're watching, like, when you're trying to stream shows on, like, other, like, on, like, you know, those, like, fucking illegal sites.
Yeah.
Which
we don't do that. What are you talking about?
This might need to be cut out.
Yeah.
But always, like, when you try to find, like, 1 episode, it's, like, doesn't work. So you have to go through all the season minus 1 or 2 episodes. I feel this so much.
But the thing is, here's the thing that is fucked up about this question. We can watch our shows on Netflix without the episodes being missing right now.
Is it implying this is like your favorite show? This is like The Leftovers going on Netflix, but like 1 or 2 episodes missing every season.
Yeah, but I can just download The Leftovers.
But this is I guess this is supposing that all year.
Is this saying that other alternatives are not available at all?
I'm assuming.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I would still rather have 8 of the 10 episodes of The Leftovers as opposed to no leftovers.
Dear listener, I am so obsessed with Riverdale right now. The show, the Archie comics turned into a sexy teen drama.
I'm gonna check it out. I will.
You should.
Maybe I'll watch it and we can do a Riverdale podcast.
Yes!
All right.
Oh my god, I'm so into that idea right now at this exact moment.
I'll check it out because you're the 4th person in my life that has been like, you should watch this show.
It's terrible, but it's amazing. I love it so much, but also I hate it.
Right. We're gonna wrap this up with a cheers. Amy's already done her drink. I'm still on mine. So thanks for doing this, and hopefully we'll have a Riverdale.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let's do a Riverdale podcast.
It might happen. I mean, I'll have to catch up. How many episodes are?
There's 4. You can like do that in like an afternoon.
Maybe we'll do one like after the season's over or something. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for telling your story and giving your hilarious input to everything else.
Thank you.
Yay!
I mean, you're welcome.
Aw. And
bye.
Bye. This is creepy.
Bye.